Hello everyone! Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to more Digimon Liberator. This time it's going to be... what are we looking for? Debug on part 21, Reason part 2 with our lady friend Suzune. Anyway, before this match, before we start reading, I finished Digimon Story Time Stranger. It was actually my second attempt at the final boss because the first one I didn't record accidentally. So, yeah, I had to do a little extra. Although I did end off a more interesting note. You know, I went to go get Chronomon. I still have to finish up the decks, but I did everything else. You know, still good. You know, good game. Enjoyed it. There's definitely some more bonus content. We'll see if I'm going to tackle that or not. I don't know. I think I definitely want to complete complete the decks, but whether or not if I do any more outside of that, I'll also see. I know there's also I know there's New Game Plus and everything, so I will have to investigate. But for the most part, you know, it was a good journey. I was very happy with the performance. Yeah, I know there's the battle against the what's almost I think there's a little bit extra. I'll have to continue investigating. But yeah, I had a good time. I will say the challenges at the very end with the, against Pokemon, Agumon, Bond of Bravery, Bond of Friendship, and Imperial Dramon were a bit disappointing. I thought those were going to be super hard fights. Pokemon difficult, but the other ones were okay. They were pretty easy, all things considered. I definitely, you know, I enjoyed the final box. I want to do my own review of things, give some final thoughts, look into some matters. But for right now, I'm gonna enjoy a little break from things. I have another idea for Digimon, so to speak. I have something else on the mind. Loaded pretty quickly. All right, let's begin. We are Debug 21. Hey, stay away from the houses. You'll frighten the little ones. At the village entrance, Pajamon's sharpened voice rang out towards the gathered unit of guardians, but the fierce warning fell on deaf ears. Hyogomon, the blue-skinned ogre who led the group, scoffed dismissively. Huh, watch your tone. Aren't you forgetting your place? Pajamon's expression twisted bitterly, and after a brief pause, it bowed its head in humiliation. I'm sorry. Ha, that's more like it. I don't care how strong you used to be. We can't have the country bumpkins getting rowdy with us. The leader's put down was met with a laughter from the assembled Gorillamon and Snow Goblimon. Anyway, I hope you have the offerings ready in full. We do. Go ahead and inspect them. Hyokomon jerked its chin, signaling from the inspection to begin. The village Digimon, who had suffered much hardship to gather the supplies, peeked resentfully from behind the nearby windows as the guardians carelessly rifled through their offering. Eventually, one of the Snow Goblimon stepped away from the pile and whispered to Hyogomon, who then theatrically slammed down its icy club. Whoa, there's not enough here. What? But Jaemon had checked that the offering was sufficient just earlier, and so it looked perplexed. Had one of the villagers taken something out of desperation? Pajaemon glanced quickly over the goods, but nothing appeared to be missing. You're wrong. This is the exact amount Mistymon set for the monthly offering. The exact amount? Huh? That's not enough. Where's our share? What are you? As Pajaemon stared in confusion, Hyogomon arrogantly swung its icy club, brandishing it threateningly. Originally, you were supposed to bring the offerings to the great Delphimon yourselves, but no, you complained about difficulties and other disrespectful nonsense. So now here I am, having to trek all the way up to this frozen mountain to collect it. You don't think an offering a little extra as a collection fee would be basic courtesy? There's no response, so Hyogo went on. Oh, it's fine by me if you're not willing. Lord Pajaemon, we'll just visit every house and take what's owed. By force if we gotta. Pajaemon's mane bristled aggressively. Its muscular frame tightened and it radiated a lethal aura cold enough to freeze the very air around it. That was a joke in poor taste. Thinking of taking me down. Sure, you probably could, but I already set my lackeys all around the village. If you attack me, your villagers will bite the dust before I do. Pajaemon's eyes widened in shock. and stopped emanating the lethal aura. Glad you're quick on the uptake. With a self-satisfied grin, Hyogamon raised its ice club and slammed it mercilessly into Pajamon. Urgh! Hey, don't glare at me, like that. Or should I report you to Mistymon as a traitor? Does Mistymon know you're doing this? Of course not. Master Mistymon's got way too many important things to deal with already. So you're just simplifying things, you know. You scum. Now then, time for another. Hyogamon raised the club once more, but just then, Foxfire. Blue-white flames erupted at Hyogamon's feet, making the hulky ogre stumble backward. Guru, Mojimon, and the other champion-level Digimon in the village had come. Lord Pajamon, enough is enough. You shouldn't have to bow to the likes of them. We'll fight alongside you. You pesky... Hyogamon glared irritably at the gathered Digimon, and then just a moment later broke into a grin. Seeing that expression, Pajamon immediately grasped what was to happen and shouted in alarm. Stop, all of you! Don't attack! This is exactly what they... Too late for that. Hyogamon, turning to its underlings, raised its voice. You saw that attack, didn't you? This is a rebellion against us Guardians, and against the great Dalphomon too. So no mercy. Wipe out everything last Digimon in the village. Hyogamon's group shouted savagely, but the villagers roared defiantly as well. Taking in the scene, Hyogamon turned back to Pajamon. The conclusion's foregone. You can't match our numbers. Even if you survive this battle, you'll end up executed as the leader of these traitors. And I suppose you'll be lauded as a hero. How despicable. You flatter me, but you forgot one more important detail. Pajamon rose slowly. Its furious expression caused Hyogamon to momentarily falter. After everything you've done, do you really think you can escape me and leave here alive? Gah! You really gonna take me? Skull Goblinmon, hurry and get a hostage from... Too late. Gah! In an instant, Pajamon closed the distance, raising its fist high, aiming decisively at Hyogamon's face. Stop there! A woman's voice came from somewhere, causing Pajamon to freeze mid-motion. You don't need to play into their hands, Scottymon. Right, Snow Squatter. As those words rang out, nearby snow surged upwards, forming a huge freezing hand. Whoa, what the heck is this? Ah! The panicked Hyogamon was seized and hurled way out of the village. What just happened? Stunned Pajamon looked around the village and saw more snowy hands rise up, intercepting the guardian Digimon as if admonishing them, then lifting them up and carrying them outside the village. After Hyogamon and his goons were expelled, one of the village Digimon glanced upwards and gasped softly. A shimmering blue crystal of ice was floating in the sky. It absorbed the snowflakes drifting down and steadily grew larger, gradually expanded outward in dome-like shape, sheltering the entire village. What is that? It is protecting us. Hey, you heard that voice too, right? Yeah, it must have been whatever helped us. It's the goddess. It has to be. As whispers quickly spread throughout the village, Pajamon stood in astonished silence, staring up at the gently drifting snow. Goddess, huh? That's pretty flattering. I really wanted to avoid making such a big scene, though. Come on, Suzune, give the situation was only the way to prevent any casualties. And besides, you kind of liked it, didn't you? Being the center of attention. Well, I won't deny it. The next morning, Suzune looked down at the village from the igloo on the high ridge. A crystalline dome, just like the one said to shelter the digital snow realm of Thermaline, now fully covered Pajamon's village. Suzune breathed a sigh of quiet relief, then turned toward Frigimon's mega form, Scottymon. Thank you, Scottymon. You're the one who came up with the plan, Suzune. I mean, for fighting back there with me. Scottymon broke into a warm smile. I told you, didn't I? You always have me by your side. Suzune smiled too, feeling as if heavy weight had lifted from her shoulders. Just then, footsteps crunching through the snow drew her attention, and she turned to see Pajamon standing there, gazing wistfully at her and Scottymon. So you were here, Pajamon. Suzune stepped forward, bowing deeply towards Pajamon. I'm sorry. I knew it was just our pleasant place to intervene, but I couldn't just stand by and watch. Flustered by her apology, Pajamon quickly shook its head. Please, raise your head. I came here to thank you. You saved our village from what would have been a terrible battle. Hyogomon's thug have all gone away now. Scottymon chimed in cheerfully, and if they ever come back, you'll be fine, because my dome is incredibly sturdy. In a place this cold, it won't ever melt, and it can easily withstand attacks from any ultimate Digimon. Is that right? Then you truly saved us. Thank you. Pajamon in turn bowed deeply, and Suzune shook her head gently. Please don't think too much of it. We simply did what we felt was right. Besides, thanks to you, I learned something important. I see. Pajamon's fearsome face softened into a friendly expression before recalling something important. Come to think of it, you only just arrived in this world, didn't you? Yes, why do you ask? If that's the case, then there's something you should know about the strange disasters that have begun to strike recently. Disasters? The unexpected words made Suzune abruptly lift her head. Yes, earthquakes, climate anomalies. Digimon everywhere have been suffering. In fact, everyone says Mistymon began gathering offerings for Dalphomon precisely to stop these disasters. Mistymon has always been a devout believer in Dalphomon. Ah, I thought you two might know each other. Long ago, Mistymon and I served together under Jessamon, protecting Dalphomon. Suzune recognized the name Jessamon from Yuki's reports, had once defended Dalphomon in Cross Connexia before being transported to Lacuna after battling against mysterious mechanized Digimon. When Jessamon vanished, many called for Mistymon to take over as leader, but I couldn't agree with Mistymon's methods. Instead, I chose to come to this remote region and gather the local Digimon together. Clearly, Yokomon resented me deeply for that. Right. Considering Pajamon's words carefully, Suzune pressed further on a crucial point. Do you believe Dalphomon is responsible for these disasters? Well, that Dalphomon I served didn't seem like that sort of Digimon. Then what sort of Digimon is it exactly? It never seemed interested in directly intervening with the world. If anything, it seemed content to let things be, so I doubt it's even involved. Actually, Pajamon paused, then spoke into a lower voice. I sometimes wonder if the world itself might be reaching its limits. Cross Connexia itself. Yes, even worlds grow old. Perhaps the time has come for this one to fall apart, but that's only my intuition. The world falling apart. Susan repeated this quietly, carefully weighing the significance of Pajamon's words, then raised her head. She spoke again. Listen, Pajamon, this is strictly hypothetical, but we're considering eventually guiding the Digimon of this world to another place. What? Bringing the abandoned Digimon of Cross Connexia to Lacuna was an idea her husband and Cool Boy had discussed before. Normally, Suzune wouldn't bring up such a matter unless strictly necessary. It's a much larger place than Cross Connexia, filled with Digimon and humans like me. If the time ever comes to bring everyone here, would you help us? Pajamon's eyes widened at Suzune's words. If our world is truly on the brink, your offer is certainly a beacon of hope. But I'll need to think carefully about what's best for everyone. You're a thoughtful leader, Pajamon. You have my respect. Farewell, then. Give my regards to everyone in the village. After offering those heartfelt words, Suzune turned on her heel, preparing to leave, but Pajamon called out to her as she left. Wait, human, before you go, tell me your name. My name? Hearing that, Suzune gracefully turned around, a perfect smile spreading across her face. Suzune Kazuki, and this is Scottymon. See you again someday. Yes, until we meet again. Pajamon stood firmly, watching as the pair receded into the distance until they finally disappeared beyond the snow-covered horizon. Scottymon, what's up? The usual, please. Got it. Suzune's body became enveloped in the light, and it de-digivolved into Frigimon, then gently lifted and placed Suzune atop its shoulders. This is really much easier. We got a lot of ground to cover today, too. Rest up while you can, okay? Thank you, Frigimon. As always. You bet. Let's do our best again today. Suzune? The silence made Frigimon glance at its shoulder, where Suzune was already fast asleep. Her expression had loosened from carefully composed to innocent and almost childlike. You really do work hard, Suzune. Frigimon muttered softly and slowed its pace just a bit as to not disturb her. The two lines of footsteps had merged into one, but the weight of both the Digimon and her partner marked the endless snowfield. Okay, that was not too bad. I kind of was hoping for an ultimate level Digimon, not Hyogomon, but given Digimon Time Stranger, nice. Let me look and see if there's anything else brand new to see. Didn't see anything else new, but we got the comic episode 19 part 2. I'm not sure exactly what to expect from that. From 19 part 2. I'm thinking it could be Shoto and his battle, but I mean, given that we can see Muchimon, maybe a reflection of the battle, I'm thinking. I don't think it's going to be Owen versus Zeno. I think that's going to wait till next month in November, but I definitely think some sort of reflection or something is going to happen. So I think we are coming to near the end. Maybe December, potentially. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely coming close. December or January, I'm thinking. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Of course, there's going to be more Digimon Time Stranger tomorrow. A couple episodes, and then the finale will happen on Friday. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time.